Hey guys, Loman02. Currently playing 100 card singleton, playing a kind of a cool scape shift, 4-color scape shift deck. It appears we're playing it in mountains, so that could be probably bad for us. This deck's not exceedingly fast, but it's also not exceedingly slow either. Toxic Deluge is not really what you want to have, but I do kind of like the fact that I have Kitchen Finks and Secure Tribe Elder in my hand, so hopefully they go far. Okay, Slith a Firewalker. That is cool. We'll have to accept a plink of 1 here. But we'll get the Secure Tribe Elder down and hopefully find what we need here. Well, would probably... I guess I don't have to hit land there. I would like to hit a land off the top of my deck next turn, though. This is a 37 land deck despite being a Scape Shift deck, so it runs a few less than you would assume most control decks do. I could have also left up the... Are you going to shock this? Okay. If he's willing to burn a card to just get 2 damage in, I am fine with that. I think I just get an island here. It actually doesn't matter. Island or forest are both fine. Yeah, probably islands. We do have Nissa. Okay. Well, you burned off a card to get in 2 damage. Okay, and Goblin Guide. Well, hopefully that can find me a land. Cool. Not the kind we really wanted, but I will take that. I do ideally want 1 red mana here. Opponent is down to 3 cards. Needle drop. Yep, okay. So, we're at 14 life. Soon to be at 16. Green Sun Zenith is mildly interesting. Part of me kind of wants to play out the Nissa here, but I can do that next turn. Hope my opponent doesn't have Price of Progress, but hey, what are you going to do? And now if my things gets burned off, whatever, it'll still block Goblin Guide. If he double burns it, that's the breaks. But then we can actually T-Del. Alright, Mog of Flunkies. Okay, or Reckless Charge. Well, that's getting blocked then. Gonna go ahead and 3 visits here. Find just probably an island, I think. I don't think I need to extend further into, oh, I guess I can't. Play this thing out. Got some decent chumps next turn. My opponent's down to 1 card. Radiant Flames, unfortunately, can't kill all of these. That is one reason to have blocked the Slith Firewalker, but I think I'd rather be at 13 life than 10 in this matchup. Could have also left Drain up. Maybe that was more correct. And we'll hang back here. Could just shock my Nissa. Or bolt it, as the case might be. Yep, nope, we're hanging back. We'll probably chump block here. I can go for a Tusk next turn, or Thragtusk. I believe that's in the deck. Obstinate Baloth certainly is. I believe Thragtusk is in the deck, and I already have the Titania, and I'm not running the Primeval Titan in this build. That obviously takes me off mana drain mana, but going up 5 and having a blocker for the Slith Firewalker seems good. Okay. No, I'm not throwing it back. Okay, a Bogarten, a Ram Gang. and then we can clear up the mess after this. No, unfortunately, we do not have a Thragtusk in the deck. Probably should have looked at the deck before I played it. I could have tapped one less mana. Not that it makes a huge functional difference here. So back up to 12. I will most likely block the Slith and then try to clear the board. So we take 5 down to 7 here. My opponent drew a card for the turn. Hopefully just burn and not a creature. Okay, Reckless Charge. Well, ooh, interesting. I should have attacked with the Bogart and Ram Gang here. Sky Shroud Claim. Cool. So red, black, green, Radiant Flames. And now we have Mana Drain up. And we do have an Ice to kind of filter through our draw. That's probably fine. I know I'm going down to 6 here, which is dubious, but I think I'm going to want to get the value off this Titania. So I do still need to make some draw steps here. They could attempt to cast a Price of Progress if they have it, but generally speaking, I probably wouldn't do this if I didn't have it covered. Go with Underground Sea. Actually, not that. Not that Moto. And we'll go with Titania. And this card does make pretty short work of players, so hopefully we're able to stay alive for a little bit. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and sleight of hand here. Maybe we can possibly win right now if we can find the right cards. We'll definitely take Serum Visions. Go ahead and Serum Visions here. Put impulse on top. Get in for a bit of damage here. And hopefully we get to survive. Impulse should be pretty solid. Could have T-Delled there to go down to 4, but that puts me dead to a lot more spells, singular spells, and ideally I want to stay in a position where it's going to take 2 cards for him to kill me, and hopefully he draws 1 dead one here, or has a couple dead ones in hand. Could have also taken Maze of Ith, but I think I would, just to stop this Goblin Sledder. But if he has a haste creature, then I'm kind of boxed in a position of countering it, because the actual Fire Ice is bad against Goblin Sledder, because you can sack itself to make the other creature, if it has 1 toughness, 2 toughness, so it's pretty much impossible to spread. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to pop this. I figure they're going to try to go for an attack there. And let's take a look. See what we can find here. Okay, that's what we wanted to see. And that should be game. Not should be, it is, unless they can kill me right here on the spot with 2 cards, which is not likely. They probably wouldn't have given me another draw step if they could have. So we're down 2 mountains in deck. I don't need to do this for the full Monty, but I guess I will. Oh, I forgot about this cool combo. So Volk, Taiga, and apologies for the slowness of this combo. Opponent just probably wants to make sure I have enough left, and I do. Yeah, I forgot about the Titania combo. This is going to be more stacking to do. Put them on the bottom, of course, because I don't really need to see this many 5/3s, and the Valakut is what is relevant here. Alright, they're not going to make me go through the whole thing. Okay, cool. Didn't really feel like going through the whole thing. Alright, so Spellskite's, well, Chill is great. Flash Freeze is good. Spellskite's good in this matchup. Hydro Blast, Flash Freeze, Blue Elemental Blast. What don't I like? Like I said, I don't think Toxic Deluge is good in this matchup. I'm not a fan of it. Could possibly cut like a negate. Maelstrom Pulse is probably a bit much. Don't think I need to. Oh, Deathrite Shaman's not bad, but I think I can cut it. Do like the Snapcaster. Repeal is kind of slow. Can probably cut. Evasive action is just early interaction, right? I don't actually like Jace the Mind Sculptor in this matchup. As good as the card is, like, I don't think it's necessary. And actually, Titania is really slow. Like, I'm going to cut her, just because I don't think my opponent's going to have ways to interact with my combo kill, and I don't think I need, like, a creature kill. I think I just need my creatures to bridge into shift. So I'm going to cut her as well. I think she's just too inefficient to be exceedingly relevant in this matchup. We'll see. That could be false. Cutting threats sometimes is risky business, but I'm kind of just going to get answers, and bridging plays to just get to my combo, because I think my combo will, generally speaking, kill them, because they're not going to gain a lot of life, and I don't think they have a lot of ways to interact with it. Okay, what do we think of this? Well, this is risky, but I think this is a keeper, actually. I mean, we could just get overrun, but Pulse gives us some time. Hopefully no turn 1, like Goblin Guide or something like that. No good. Well, this hand obviously gets a lot better once we have Chill. I could have taken damage there and preordained, but I'm just going to try to safeguard my life total. Alright, if there's no turn 2 play, that would be stellar. Alright, there is, but this thing goes away, and I have Pulse to kind of gain the life back. I can't kill it with anything I have in my hand, but hey, it's going to do 5. We just have to accept that. And then on the following turns, we need to draw into some action. So, Chill. Opponent could very easily have land Red Elemental Blast, and that could be that for our poor Chill, but they're at this point playing 1-drops, so meh. Okay. Well, the cool thing is this can get a Bayou, and we can cast Pulse at instant speed if my opponent does nothing. Yeah, I don't care about that. It's fine. Go ahead and cycle them off. Try to find some landage. Of note, this also makes the Izzet Charm a little harder to cast here, but I think that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make, and this deck is known to make its land drops. I think I'm just going to get the Overgrown Tomb here, tapped, and then return this to their hand with Remand. Well, Flash Freeze is pretty cool, but I'm just going to get this Kodama's Reach off while I have time, I think. And we are going to get one of these Snow-Covered Forest, and let's expand this a bit. And one of these islands. And go ahead. Chill just buying us all kinds of time here. I mean, we're at 14 life, but I have a virtual 6 in hand. Plus, probably even more from the Courser. And actually, I think here I'm just going to take the time to get the Courser down. I don't think I want Spell Snare. I think I am going to take that, though. And actually, we should have done that before we preordained. Because we could have set up land on top. Or not played our land before we preordained, rather. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to lose this game, I think. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I don't think I need Blue Elemental Blast here. And actually, let's take the time to get the search for his Kanta down. Yeah, I like that. Yep, 1 damage, cool. I mean, when I'm gaining so much off the Courser, it seems kind of irrelevant. I can protect the Courser here, and they'll have to probably 2-for-1 themselves. So if they have like a 1 to 2 mana burn spell that they can play underneath Chill, assuming they have a land drop, then okay, well, looks like they're just going to play something. Yeah, I'll counter that. Why not? Opt is a good one on top. However, I think I am going to ditch it, yeah. Ooh, cool, when I get a Hydroblast. That seems good. So they're at 20 life. We have, yeah, more than enough. Just going to go ahead and do this now, because if I find it, I can kill them right now with ScapeShift. Alright, land on top, which means we're probably just going to do this here. I'm just going to go for a Sky Shroud claim, because I don't really want to draw that land. Get a Trop and a Bayou. Another land on top, which stinks, but hey, what can you do? Okay. Nothing really spicy in the yard to get back with Eternal Witness at this point. I guess we could get Opt back, but realistically we're just looking for a way to win here, and we're thinning our deck along the way. Alright, probably don't want Gataxian Probe. Yep. Get the a breeding pool. No. Take the Ponder, I think. Oh, there we go. So, what could they have in their hand right now? No, absolutely not. And voila. Yeah, I don't need to get rid of the Escanta, the Sunken Ruin, but I'm going to do it just for lulz. So, this. Okay, opponent conceded. Yep, so that is 4-color ScapeShift. It's actually a surprisingly consistent deck. You wouldn't think it would be a 100-card singleton variant, but it could play a pretty solid game. And as I told you, you know, like, against these style of decks, the red deck, win decks, I mean, we obviously have a decent board plan against it, because, I mean, we have a Chill down right now. It's just kind of hosing my opponent's game plan. Because, first and foremost, and I think Chill is actually one of the worst hosing cards against them. Like, people say, like, Sphere of Law, Warmth. Chill is actually probably worse, because their game plan is more about efficiency, mana efficiency, than it is even per se about damage. And the reason I say that is because chill is actually more holistically beneficial, I think. One, it's 2 mana, which means it's efficient and get under the early damage rush that a lot of those decks can do. And oftentimes it's better against permanent style threat decks that base themselves around permanence, because warmth does nothing once something resolves. And I got it. Either just chill, but it also keeps it from resolving. So like if I play, let's say, Goblin Guide and my opponent gains 2 life off warmth, they still have 2 damage. It's going to happen every turn. I've only gained the 2 life one time, whereas with chill, it can just choke out their entire hand, where they're casting it through a funnel. And if you're playing counter spells like this deck is, or you're playing a bunch of life gain like this deck is, which really, the life gain is just a product of, either, card advantage engines like Courser, and, or just like bridging. So like Pulse of Barasa, I didn't even cast it this game, is really just a bridging card, because like there are a lot of aggressive decks in the format, and I think oftentimes in a deck like this, with only having 37 lands, even though I have a bunch of ramps, sometimes you can be in positions where, like in the early to mid game, generally mid game, you can miss land drops, you just don't draw them because there's not a ton in the deck. There's only 37. So like Pulse can get you back a fetch land, or can get you back, like a Kitchen Finks, which can buy you just like 2 to 3 turns of draw steps until you manage to find like your Mystical Tutor, your Mystical Teachings, your Personal Tutor, your Bring to Light, or just your ScapeShift itself. And while you're doing that, you're building up your mana base and just going for a lethal hit. Because this right here was, I don't even know how much, but a horrendous volume of damage. So I mean, it's like Bayou all the way down to Steam Vents is going to turn into Mountains and or Valakut. It's probably, I believe, 28 damage. I think this thing can do, I'm sorry, not 28, 27. I think this thing can do 30 damage with ScapeShift alone. Which means that, like, a lot of life gain, like just tons and tons of life gain, can actually be a problem for the deck, because it doesn't have a ton of creature threats. But typically speaking, decks are not going to be focused on boarding in life gain against this deck. Although I don't think it's per se bad. Like, if you gain like 10 to 12 life against this deck, it's going to be a lot tougher for it to kill you. But I wouldn't say that it, conclusively, is just going to win, because you also do have some creatures in here that can just do some damage. And oftentimes, decks will take incremental damage from just fetch lands, etc., to do what they're going to do. So, interesting game, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That was Red Deck Wins versus 4-Color Shift in the 100-card format. Enjoy and take care.